Hello everyone and welcome to our new video. This is the fourth part of our series on gRPC, and if you have not got through our previous videos, please go through them, in which we have discussed about the gRPC introduction, the basics of gRPC, and the architecture of the gRPC. In this video, we are going to discuss about the strengths of the gRPC and why the gRPC is gaining so much traction and why the different big companies are adopting the gRPC right now to develop their API. So to start with, let's see the performance if you are using the gRPC. So by different evaluations, you would see that the gRPC is approximately like 10x faster performance, and it gives you the API security, which is much better than the REST plus JSON communication, which is used by default for developing the APIs. And because it uses the protobuf and the HTTP2 protocol, the basically this protobuf allows you to serialize the messages, which allows you to have the smaller and compact messages payload, which is going to improve the performance. Apart from that, HTTP2 basically scales up the performance, ranking via server and pushing, like for the push and multiplexing and the header compression. Because of the multiplexing, the side-by-side communication, that is both the going and incoming requests, can be processed simultaneously, and the header compression is also there, which also reduces the size for the faster performance. That's why you would find that more and more organizations are adopting the gRPC now. And next is the code generation. So this is the one of the prime feature of the gRPC methodology, is that the native code generation for the client server application. The gRPC framework basically uses the proto compiler to generate the code of the .proto file. Now, code generation is used in command of the protobuf format for defining both the messages format and the service endpoints. Next is streaming. So gRPC basically supports the client server side streaming semantics, which are already incorporated in the service definition. This makes it much easier and much simpler for building the streaming services for the client. So gRPC supports the different streaming combinations through the HTTP2, that is unary, which is no streaming, client to server streaming, and server to client streaming, and bi-directional streaming. So you would see basically all the streamings are basically supported by the gRPC. So you can use that. Now, apart from that, it comes down to the interoperability. So gRPC tools and protocols, the libraries have been designed in such a way that it to work with the multiple platform and with the programming languages. So if you know the Java, JavaScript, Ruby, Python, Go, Dart, Objective, C, C#, and more languages, all of them are mostly supported. You can use any of them, so it will be it will fit in the already the languages which you prefer to use. Due to the protobuf binary wire format and the efficient code generations for virtually all platforms, and developer can develop the performant applications while using the full cross platform support, which is provided by the gRPC. So this is another advantage. You don't need to move towards a specific language. The one which you are using, you can directly use in that. This will help you to optimize the API. And we already saw the performance and interoperability options are available, which further increases the strength of the gRPC. Next is the security. Now, because the gRPC is working over the HTTP2 protocol, this is basically like already built into using the TLS by default, and it uses an end-to-end encryption connection, so that even if someone is going to do some packet filtering, or they are watching your packages while flowing over the internet, it's already encrypted, so you don't have to worry about those parts. And even if they get it, it will be fully encrypted, so they won't be able to make out the necessary information. Now, gRPC encourages you to use the SSL and TLS to authenticate and encrypt the data exchange between the client and server. So that is about the security. So it is inherently secure, and you can combine it with the SSL TLS as well. Now, next is the usability and the productivity. The gRPC is like all-in-one RPC solution. It works seamlessly across the various languages and platforms. Additionally, it features the excellent tooling with much of the required boilerplate code generated automatically for you, so that you don't have to write all the code directly from the scratch. It will be or automatically generated and considered. So it's going to save a lot of time for you and allow the developers to focus more on the business logic rather than working towards optimizing the code, and those things are already built. So usability and productivity is also built, and it allows the organization to focus more on their business logic to be implemented. Next is built-in commodity features. So gRPC provides the built-in support for the commodity features such as the meta exchange, encryption, authentication, deadline, timeouts, cancellation, interceptors, load balancing, service discovery. So all of this becomes essential. So if you look at the metadata exchange, it helps us to determine the API various configuration, the options which are available. Next is the encryption. So it allows the secure encryption. It's all totally encrypted, so it increases the security. Authentication, it allows the authentication, so it makes the API inherently secure. The deadlines and timeouts, so these timeouts are essential to be implemented to maintain the response ratios. And cancellations, you can easily process those as well. Next is the interceptors, and load balancing is very much essential for building the scalable API, so that is also built in. And the service discovery, which is now more and more utilized for deploying the services and directly inheriting. And this is something you will be finding in the Kubernetes as well, when they have incorporated the gRPC in the Kubernetes as well. So these are all the strengths of the gRPC, and that's the reason why most of the organizations are adopting it. And this is going to further scale as Kubernetes is also implementing the support for the gRPC framework. That's all for this video. In the next video, we are going to look at the weaknesses of the gRPC, and then we are going to decide whether you should move towards the gRPC or not. So that's all for this video. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe to our channel. You will be receiving such videos directly in your inbox. Thank you, everyone. That's all for this video. Myself, Ankit Mittal, signing off now. Thank you.